Hello everyone, it's your favorite girl Seunfunmi Johnson. Welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome to this episode of Public Speaking Tips. I am aware that the lockdown has been eased down from some parts of the country. I know that some people have resumed back to work. I just want to plead with us that even as we resume back to work, let us remember, as usual, as we have been doing, regular washing of the hands with soap and also using your sanitizers, water soap, and your sanitizers. Always use a nose mask. Keep your physical distance and remember, only leave the house when it is essential and compulsory. I know that this whole thing will be over very soon. Remember that we have not won the battle, but we are going to win. But right now, while we're still fighting it, please remember to put all of these things into practice, all of these things into good use. And at the end, we'll be here to, give a positive feedback, tell our stories about it. So today I just want to talk about something very salient to the women, something very important because I am a woman and I have noticed it that a lot of women have things to say, but they are not willing to come out, to embrace this public speaking things that we're talking about. You see that when you look at the ratio of public speakers, you see that men are more in that area. It is not like the women don't have something to say. It's not like we don't have our message. So for this reason, I would be taking a salient topic that I read in a book titled "What Holds Women Back from Becoming Strong Public Speakers." What holds women back from becoming strong public speakers? Written by Deborah Shames. Now I saw this book very, beneficial. I read it and I saw that quite a lot of people, especially women, are actually guilty of all of these things mentioned in the book. So I'm going to highlight about three reasons or three things holding women down from becoming great public speakers. Now, the first one I will talk about is the audience is judging me harshly. A lot of women feel that, the audience would be judging them harshly. They are there to judge them. Now, I want to ask you a question. You've been in a training, you've been in a seminar, you've been at, think about it. Have you ever sat down to think that this speaker must fail? Have you ever thought about it that, okay, I'm going for this meeting and I'm just presuming that it is going to be a boring one? Or have you sat down as an audience and wished that the speaker fails? No, that is not it. Nobody wishes for a speaker to fail. The audience just wants you to give them something valuable. They want something useful to take away. They want an idea, a concept, that would help them stimulate their intellect. That is the only thing they are waiting for. So leave that aspect of, the audience will be judging me harshly out of it. If you, face your audience and give them something that is valuable, they are there to listen. The reason mentioned is that women strive for perfection. Women strive for perfection. And this is very true. This is something I have noticed. Women over prepare for whatever it is that they want to talk about. They write it out, they read, they memorize, and do all of these things before they give their talk. While doing all of this thing is good, we're not saying they're not good, but you do not need to go overboard with those things. Because at the end of the day, you may pay more attention to those things. And that may give you out. It may sell you out and your audience would see all of these things. Because if you fail to give according to the standard you have set for yourself, you feel that, you have failed. And the audience would not see that. They are not seeing all of these things. Now, the truth is, your audience do not trust, I'm telling you this, audience do not trust polished speakers. Now, when you're too polished, when you're too perfect, it becomes, they are not saying, they're not hearing what you have to say again. They're just glued. They're looking at, what is it that this person is saying? Sometimes you really don't need to be polished. You really don't need to, be too perfect for them. Being perfect does not create that connection that we're talking about. It does not engage with the audience. Now, no, all of these things does not matter. Now, because women strive for perfection, out of fear of failure. They feel compelled to do well. All of these things, you want to watch it. That is not the main thing. The main thing is you have something to say and you're delivering, and that is all we want to have. And finally, I'm going to talk about the third one now. If I'm not an expert, I do not deserve to speak. No, this is not true. No experts in this field, no experts. We all are learning on a daily basis, so you do not have to wait until you become an expert before you speak. Too many women refuse to speak publicly because they believe they are not an expert. Yes, they believe that, if I don't do this, if I don't do that, if I'm not fluent, if I don't speak well, that is not true. That is not true, because your audience really don't need all of these things. They are there to take from your intellect. They are there to tap from your wealth of experience, your knowledge. If you wait until you're perfect, if you wait until you become an expert, you would not bring out that message that you have for them. These 3 reasons, I want every woman with a message to go out there and say to the audience, do not think about the audience judging you harshly. Do not think that you have to strive for perfection before you talk. Or do not think that if you're not an expert, you do not deserve to talk. Everyone deserves to talk. Every woman deserves to bring out what they have inside of them. You do not need to sit back and think that until things are perfect, that's when you will talk to your audience. Please note all of these things. I believe that with these 3 points that I've stated, more women would be bold enough to come out to bring out what they have with them. Nothing should hold us down from being great public speakers. For this, I want to say thank you very much for listening today. And until we see next week, bye for now.